Hey, it's Michael Saul with the Stock Market Trading Watch List for Thursday, December 15th, 2011. Let's take a look at the indexes and some stocks. So on Wednesday, we traded lower, didn't get a gap fill. We gapped down and we tried to bounce, but we couldn't quite get there. And then we sold off with some periods of bouncing intraday, but nothing of any substance. And we wound up closing a little bit off the lows. Now, we tested the 50% retracement of this swing here. And if that gives way, we have the 62% down here, just under 1,200. And then we have this potential trend line. Right, so far, we have 2 points tested. So it's not a true trend line yet until we get the third test that actually holds. So if we do get weakness, that's what I'll be watching for. And I don't use exact levels. I use areas, and I go intraday, and I look for a pattern to set up something to lean against. All right, I'm still looking for a bounce here. I'm not coming in every day going, this day is a bounce, this day is a bounce, this day is the bounce. Just because I have an opinion that we're going to get a Santa Claus rally, a holiday rally, an end-of-year rally, whatever you want to call it, doesn't mean it's going to happen, all right? And for the most part, intraday has been the boss, and swing trading has been tough. I mean, a lot of emails from people who are just baffled by this market. After this big day here, they were, looking to really power in, and now they don't know, is it too late to get short, or should they wait for the next bounce to get short, or should they wait deeper for bounce to come? And yeah, could we turn it from here, from the 50% retracement? Yeah. I don't know if we're going to or not, and I'm sure not going to guess. I want to see something set up intraday, and I think more of lack of news may be a catalyst rather than something really great. I mean, sure, if the powers that be in Europe solve everything and there's some great news flow that comes in, yeah, we could get a bounce. But otherwise, I think that lack of bad news may be a good enough excuse. All right, so that's what I'm looking at on the short term here. NASDAQ 100 filled this gap. All right, 50% retracement of this swing held for now, but remember, we've already broken below it over here still. All right, see what happens there. Volume came up on the NASDAQ by a little and down on the NYSE by a little bit, and that's TradeStation, so I don't know if their volume is correct, but it definitely wasn't a big pull in of volume. So, that's also not a good sign here. Breadth, though, I mean, it wasn't that horrible. All right, I think it closed minus 1,300 net decliners over advances. When we've been seeing nasty down days, we've been seeing minus 2,000 or more, minus 2,400, minus 2,200. So that's kind of a good sign. I don't want to start looking for excuses for why we're going to bounce. All right, in my opinion, if we're going to bounce, it's going to come from early day weakness that firms up in the afternoon. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Maybe even a push down early in the day that washes out the aggressive bottom pickers or the and traps the aggressive short sellers. All right, so the Russell had a narrow range day, but back under the moving averages, not good. Semiconductors, they're not looking so sharp here. Biotechs, I'm sorry, this is banks, apologies. Banks with only a small pullback on the day, only 0.5%. It's not that bad. Here's brokers, down about 2%, broker-dealer. Here's biotech. Okay, it looks like it may want to retest those lows, but if it can hold before a full retracement, all right, maybe something to watch for potential bounce as well. Don't like to pick bottoms here. I want to see some signs that, hey, getting a little impulse to the upside or something like this. Here's the cyclicals. Yeah, right now there's nothing showing, hey, we're ready to bounce. All right. Here's the HMO. That's the healthcare. Testing the 200-day, closed a little bit below it, but got the 50-day right below. GLD below the 200-day now, down 3%. Starting to see volume come up. All right. Not the levels that you usually see with the real big moves like you see in here or something like this, but if this can get a measured move down, let's run the Fibonacci grid here. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, you're looking at 143.77. 143.77 with the sound effects, by the way. Okay, here's SLV. watching this one to test this low. Came just shy of it. Below here, this low down here at 26.06. This low at 24 and change. SLV, USO. All right, looking at this yesterday, holding the 200-day, not holding it anymore. Down 5.15%. Definitely oversold a lot of these commodity-related names. So something to look at. Here's Apple got cracked. All right, we were watching this yesterday to see if it could break out. It didn't. It went the other way instead. Instead, it broke down. So there is a gap at 370.320, and then the 200-day moving average to watch. Google, all right, started to pull in. Watch the 20 EMA. Google's been showing some good relative strength. All right, Amazon got its target, which was a test of those lows, actually got the bonus, and then a nice reversal and a hammer. So this one could be watched for a potential bounce here now. It has to get confirmation. Obviously, if the market wants to push the downside here, I'm not going to be saying, oh, you know, let's watch Amazon long. Right? It should be in sync with the market. Okay. RIM. Okay, RIM tested 15 finally. I've only been waiting for it to test 15, I think, since back here. Right, a little upsy downsy. Finally tested 15, actually broke it, went to 1480 before closing back above it. All right, what else? Priceline was one we're watching for the short side. And you can see it got a little bit of a bonus here. All right, so let's run what we were looking at. Right, we were looking at this consolidation. I don't know why the line's aren't staying here, but we were watching that consolidation. It broke down, then it got the bonus. Want to watch to see if it could test the low of this hammer down there at 411. CMG, watch that 89 EMA. Visa was one I was watching, and wow, holding up okay. We didn't have a great day on Tuesday, but Wednesday it traded lower, wound up holding the 20 EMA. So this would be one that I would definitely be watching. Okay, you can see it broke out a little consolidation, but came back above it. This is one I would definitely be watching if the market gets a bounce. This is showing real good relative strength. His MasterCard not showing nearly as well. Not trading nearly as well, rather, as Visa. Okay, IBM down to the 20 EMA. See if that holds. Intel. Okay, it warned back on Monday. It's continuing down. Take the 89 EMA. So it may lose its leadership role. It's been a pretty nice bellwether of the bounce off of the lows, at least for the overall market. Okay, GE. Somebody wants me to look at GE. Yeah, I mean, holding up okay. Above all the moving averages, but the 200-day, which would make the 200-day the target. Once again, we have to bounce. All right, Cena. Yeah, Cena looks like it may want to test hole number 50. Hole round number 50. And then the bottom of this consolidation down here at 48.50. Okay. How about Goldman? Yeah. It's not looking so hot here. So let's do the recap. All right. We're oversold here. We're stretched here. But that doesn't mean that we have to bounce. I am looking for a bounce, but I'm not coming in and just saying, okay, gonna bounce today. We have to see a pattern set up. I was watching for one on Wednesday, and it almost took shape, but we couldn't get over. I was looking at a certain number to get over, and we didn't. We got a couple points. We fell a couple points shy of it, but I was not looking to commit long unless, and it was only going to be for intraday anyway, unless we got above that number, and it didn't happen. So Thursday, I'll look at it again. If we gap up, I'll be watching to see how that acts. So see if we just immediately fade it and trade lower, but if we gap down and trade lower off the open, I'm going to be watching for potential support to come in. And like I said, look for something on the intraday chart to lean against. All right? That's it. Any questions, feel free to contact me. My contact info is at the beginning of the video. Have a great trading day on Thursday. Talk to everybody again on Friday.